You know, I really feel like storming some kind of fortress right now. Do we have any options like that, Double? Well, perhaps with Storm Owl we'll have something. After all... He left with a space fortress to conquer the air! I love the pronunciation on that one. Storm Owl. Alright, so this is probably just one of the coolest stages in the game, if we're being honest. It's pretty simple platforming-wise, it's nothing complex in that department. This is mostly an enemy fighting stage, especially since we have a ride armor. This one's got a fancy, like, homing shot. Try homing shot, it's cool. And so our goal is to make it through this airship, blow up the smaller ones. Unfortunately, we're not doing anything hugely extensive to the big airships, but nonetheless, still a very cool concept of a stage. Even if we only get to destroy a little bit. Also, you're gonna want to hurry up right here before that big ol' saucer blows up the ships below it, which I guess they're willing to sacrifice the small fries to make sure we don't have her health upgrade, but as long as you go quickly, it's no big deal. So yeah, not really much to talk about in terms of platforming though, because yeah, it is pretty much just take a ride armor and plow through these guys. Act 2 will be a little different. It'll be a little more platforming, but yeah, this is a very combat-y one. Also, I should note, Zero's sprite for when he's in a ride armor is absolutely adorable in this game. I don't know what it is, I think it's the mouth or lack thereof. Either way though, yeah, just, it's a pretty fun stage. A little repetitive. But we're done with it already, so like, it's not bad. Look, sometimes you don't do a completely unique thing every 5 seconds and it's fine. Anyway, now we're on the airship with the air strip on it. And now we've got these tiny little cannons with big dreams, by which I mean they fire gigantic lasers. So yeah, this is probably easier with X, I would say, between the two of them. But, when it comes to not having to fight those enemies, Zero's got a better time because he doesn't have any capsules up here, so he doesn't have to do that absolutely perfect jump you need to do to get up here without dying immediately. Anyway, here we have an arm upgrade. Yes, I said an upgrade. I believe Dr. Light will also mention, yes, the arm module is changeable. Now that being said, you do have to do that jump every time you want to switch out upgrades. So I'd suggest figuring out which one of these you want and sticking with it. So, this first upgrade allows X to bank up to 4 charge shots. It's technically the less powerful of the two, this is about all we get in terms of charge shots, but I've said before, I do think it's actually helpful to not have to think about charging when you're attacking. It's not like the biggest problem to have to, you know, do both charge and dodge at the same time, but that's just one less thing your brain has to do if you can store 4 shots, so like, I think it's worthwhile, even if it's a little less glamorous. This, however, is the more powerful of the two. This gives us a strictly more powerful shot, though in fairness it also has a few drawbacks as well. So, plasma shot. First off, I think this looks better with the armor upgrades in this game. I think the red gloves are a little better. So, that's a big blast, but that's... Dr. Light, I've already read this. Dr. Light, I've already seen this, you don't need to explain it to me again. Anyway, yeah, oh god, how did I not die there? The reason this can not always be useful is, some things have iframes, and if I could get a charge shot going, this is what the main function of the Plasma Buster is, and that is creating a lingering shot. It can create more than one, as you can see, though typically that's not too helpful. And, of course, single enemies usually won't survive a blast, so this is more useful when dealing with groups of enemies. The Auto Charge Buster, I think, is better for bosses who also have iframes, who you might not necessarily be able to use a plasma shot against in a strictly useful manner, as we'll be seeing here with the boss. Alright, hello to our second storm-based avian. Owl. Oh, sorry. Owl. You really gotta pronounce that. You gotta pronounce that E that's not there. It's called an invisible E. You don't really hear about those too often. Okay, so Storm Owl might not seem like too much, and if you're thinking he's anything like Storm Eagle, you are vastly mistaken. He's not horribly difficult, but he's pretty fast, kinda comes in out of nowhere, and he can chuck those shots at you. And you know, when they start to linger, that's when this battle gets kinda hard. Look, sometimes Storm Owl decides to track you, and that's probably the most dangerous thing he can do. That being said, again, he's pretty unpredictable, being able to just fly outside of the screen and then back in. And if you're not quite poised to dodge correctly, it's actually hard to get up to that platform without getting hit if you're caught unprepared. He also has that attack where he tries to hit you with tornadoes, but no big deal. I think he was also going to do what I think is the most difficult attack from him right there, but I killed him, so he didn't get to do it. It does start looking identical to the other shot he just lobs at, which is fast enough to also be a problem, but not nearly as bad. Alright, we got Double Cyclone. Damn, I'm a genius. Alright, fires vacuum cyclones left and right. It is okay. Thanks to either arm upgrade, we are able to charge our special weapons now, which is... Anyway, here's Enhanced Z-Saber. You can cut enemy energy shots with your saber. So yes, we have bullet canceling on Zero now. That's very useful. Alright, so that's it for Storm Owl. Sorry, Owla. However, we have now defeated 4 Mavericks. And no matter what, after you've defeated 4 Mavericks as either character, we're going to be getting a little call from someone. Is it a truce? Ah, no, it's a threat. I want to fight you, Zero. I'm going to kick your ass. No, Zero, don't fight him! I'm gonna fight him! I'm gonna fucking fight him! I'm gonna get his ass! Alright, so, we are moving in for a confrontation with Colonel. Double also figures this is a trap, but X is going along for the ride as well. Here he goes. So X is going to rush to the Memorial Hall first, for reasons. This is more Zero's fight overall. Zero, between the two characters, absolutely has a stronger connection to the storyline in this game. Because Zero has more of a history with the Colonel, and he knows Colonel's sister, so like, the X doesn't really have much of a reason outside of, yeah, Repliforce is threatening people, so of course he's going to fight him. Oh, your battle will determine who's right and who's wrong? Alright, well, I hope you're ready to give up, and not gain independence. Alright, so, Colonel might seem difficult at first. He's gonna try to teleport behind you, say nothing's personal, kid, and slash you, but that's actually pretty predictable. Once you know the timing of it, it's pretty easy to dodge. This is also pretty easy to dodge. You can jump over either height of shot, though you can dash over the higher one, of course. Or under the higher one. You can't dash over it, there's no air dash, unfortunately. Honestly, this battle would be way harder if that dash animation he has, where he moves into this attack, actually hurt you. Like, that was my worry when I started this fight, like, ah, geez, he's gonna just move right into it. Oh, that doesn't hurt. And yeah, no, afterwards, it just wound up being pretty easy. This attack is definitely the hardest to deal with, just because it's a pretty frequent attack. He just slashes down, up, down. Not always that combination. Like, it is one of those things where he's just using it, actually it's always up, down, up, rather. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. He's just doing that over and over again. But yeah, no, like, he can defend, which might make him seem pretty difficult. He's definitely dying less quickly because of it. Currently, his weakness is apparently just the X-Buster. So this is pretty much my best strategy, even though Plasma Shock does nothing. Again, considering how much he blocks shots, the other Buster is actually pretty good for this boss too. Anyway though, yeah, like, this is just the difficult attack because it's constant, right? It is the fewest seconds between an individual attack, so it is the most active dodge you have to do. Otherwise, this is pretty much just a battle of patience. You might be tempted to be impatient, but there's nothing to be gained from that, so just be cautious and work with his attack pattern, and you're good. Alright, well, there goes Colonel. But don't worry. Zero's not gonna let him escape.
I'm disappointed in you, Colonel!
And that should be more disappointing to you than me being angry!
What do you think you're doing? It's not too late. Stop the coup now!
Nobody told me that P is silent.
That's your decision?
Yeah?
Prepare yourself!
God, the fucking voice acting in this game is, we'll say, quaint. Because it's not good. Gonna really stare at each other. We need to save budget. We can't be that animated.
Don't you remember? Zero saved my life.
Oh, I see, you're a British Canadian, gotcha.
Very well then. I'll spare your life for now.
I will try to kill you later, however. I have no intention of being a good person.
Zero, please, don't fight with my brother. If you do, I'm afraid that one of you may end up...
That's the point.
Someone must stop Repliforce.
And I'm so mad about them. Anyway, bye. Alright, well then, that's our battle with Colonel. So yes, X is the one to fight Colonel in a proper battle. Zero just gets an animated cutscene. Which was funny, but yeah, no, he just straight up does not have a boss here. So if you're playing on X's storyline, yeah, you just get an extra, like, thing to do. I don't think it's that hard or anything, but still, that's really weird.